it's hard to open the eyes, but force it.
Should we have one more come down on either side?
I'm thinking, how do we
balance
keep
it,
it
yeah.
on one?
Let's bring one more down over here. And one more down over here. Then I think we can see everybody. And now, all right, you got to tell me. You guys have to tell me.
Maybe shorter.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
up
the
front.
shoulders.
Tall guys in the back.
You got to step
We
forward.
don't mean having it by short.
Vertically
There you
challenged.
go. That looks way better.
Closer to the high valley, that's perfect.
For anybody that banks with TD Bank, there's a program that they have where you can encode any of your accounts. There's no fees or anything associated to this. You can encode any of your accounts, and there are percentages associated to your accounts that get allocated or donated directly to the church, directly to St. Gregory's. This program is designed so instead of folks going out to the banks and asking for donations, this is the method that TD provides donations to nonprofits in their community. So we have a representative with us from TD Bank today who can talk to you about the program. I'll give you some very quick, simple highlights. Any new accounts that get set up, the church gets $50 immediately. He has been hosting this church event for 51 years. Many of your parents, and possibly even grandparents, participated in this event in the past. For you high school graduates, where are your high school graduates? Raise your hand for us. Okay, for you high school graduates, as you venture off into college and start navigating those challenges of academia, social life, planning for the future, it can be overwhelming at times. But remember, you can always come back to your church. Which is your safe place. This is literally a sanctuary where you can pray, decompress, reflect on life, and let the Holy Spirit within you. Remember, you can always come back here at church. Who's graduating college and advanced degrees today? Okay. For you guys, it's time to re-engage. I know you may think you're young and you're just starting out, but now is the best time more than ever to re-engage with your church. There's three things I want to just quickly leave you in. First, look to serve your church. Use your new talents and experience to help one of our organizations. There's so many different ways you can support your church. I could spend an hour up here telling you all the different ways. But I'm not going to do that. There's plenty of ways that you can use your talents to support your church. And now is the time to give back. Don't wait. There's plenty of things you can do to contribute at this point. 2, participate. That's the second point. There are so many special events. You know, we as Armenians, there's so much uniqueness and tradition that we have. And there's so many events each year. Unique ceremonies and experiences. Honestly, you cannot get anywhere else. Get involved in a committee, participate in an event, and bring your ideas. We're looking for more and more people to invigorate. And then third, financially contribute. Become a member and get into the habit of financially supporting your church each year. It's an investment that you make here will pay dividends in years to come. And having that, providing any piece that you can provides that love and extra connection that you have with this organization. We have a wonderful breakfast for you today with our very dynamic speaker today, Hava Kashishan. We thank him for being here today. We'll introduce each and every one of our graduates that are here today, present them with a gift, honor the parents that are here today as well, parents and family members. We hope to have a really nice day with everybody. Let's have a round of applause for Sandra Silverian and her committee for planning today's event. Let's also, I don't know if Nancy's here, but let's also hear it for Nancy Carlin and the ladies. You're going to see many folks here working today that came today to work very hard. Let's give them a round of applause to serve their needs. The Board of Trustees thank you all for helping and support this. And with that said, let's have breakfast.
affectionate kubulut. Galiba kezi tramvayı. Men martı bitirmesi. Ne bu kadar defanı.
And you know you're living yet?
No. Hopefully East.
Yeah, that's the thing about that place is there's some old spots and then new spots. And the older ones didn't really want to graduate yet. So I didn't get student tickets, kind of because I was lazy, but I still went to like one a year.
It is a great pleasure of mine to introduce our guest speaker and my friend Hagop Kashisha. Hagop immigrated to the United States from Beirut, Lebanon, and attended the Armenian Sisters Academy in Radnor, as well as St. Joe's Preparatorial High School in Philadelphia. He received his bachelor's degree in civil engineering from Drexel University. Hagop is currently the Vice President of Maintenance at the Philadelphia Housing Authority. Also known as PHA, it is the largest landlord in Pennsylvania and the 4th largest public housing authority in the entire nation. The PHA itself houses nearly 80,000 people in the city of Philadelphia and employs over 1,200 people. Hagop is a professional engineer in the states of both Pennsylvania and New Jersey, and a certified municipal engineer. He currently lives in Philadelphia, along with his lovely wife and 2 daughters, who are here with us today. I present to you all Hagop Kashisha.
Thank you, Kurt, for the introduction. And I thank you for the invitation. I want to thank you all for inviting me and my family to the 51st Annual Graduates Communion and Breakfast. I want to say congratulations to the high school graduates, both Armens, Tomas, Elisa, and Jacob, and Sydney, to the college grads, Peter, Samuel, Sarah, and Mark, and the postgraduates, Melanie and Suggy. Your instruction in the classroom may have ended for now, but your education will never end in life. I also want to congratulate all the parents, friends, family, aunts and uncles, grandmothers, grandfathers, teachers, coaches, competitors, and enemies, right? All the people that helped you get where you are today and become who you are today. As I read the program, I asked for the program of everybody's bio. I read the graduates' bios, and I singled out some things that impressed me for honors and awards that each of you have achieved in the few years of attending the graduating institution. Here are some of them. National Honor Society, Honor Roll all 4 years, First Team Pennsylvania All-Academic High School Wrestling Team, All-State Rugby, Methacton M Award for Academic Excellence, Hockey Defenseman of the Year, Leader of the Friends of Rachel Club, Presidential Scholar, Founding Member and Leader of Middle Eastern Club, Induction into the National Society of Leadership and Success, NCHA First Team All-American, and for the 2 postgrads, I just stopped at advanced degree and didn't even go any further with that because that's a great achievement in itself. No need to add any more icing on that cake, right? Just reading these awards and achievements, I said to myself, what am I doing here speaking to these graduates? I mean, look at the resumes. National Honor Society, Honor Roll all 4 years. I never made Honor Roll 1 year, let alone 4 years. First Team Academic High School Wrestling Team. I wrestled, all Catholic. What's that mean? 15 schools, okay? This is All Team Pennsylvania. All State Rugby, okay? Academic Excellence. Defenseman of the Year, not of the game, of the year. Presidential Scholar, presidential. We don't hear that word too often these days. Founding member and leader of Middle Eastern Club. I was in clubs. I wasn't a founding member or a leader. So just reading these, I know you'll be successful and great leaders. I wanted to use this speech to tell you how you should not be afraid to go outside the box. But I think you already know that, right? I was going to elaborate on how every day you have to plan. You heard the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And they talk about hard work. Working hard is what successful people do. Again, after having presidential scholars, All-Americans, All-State Honor Society, I feel as though you already know that too. Then I thought maybe I'll share with them what I share with some of my employees. In my current position at the Housing Authority, I have over 700 employees that report to me. Facility engineers, carpenters, superintendents, administrative assistants. So I want to share with you the very thing I share with each new hire. It's 12 beliefs that outline the importance of work ethic, personal responsibility, delayed gratification, and a positive attitude. Now I tell them you don't have to agree with all 12, but the only way you'll succeed here is if you practice them. I won't read all 12 to you. I'll just share a few that mostly apply to the younger, fresh out of school hires, more so these days than ever. Number 3, I believe there's no such thing as a bad job. I believe all jobs are opportunities and it's up to me to make the best of them. Number 4, I do not follow my passion. I bring it with me. I believe any job can be done with passion and enthusiasm. So in other words, our jobs don't define us. We define what kind of worker we are in any given profession. Number 6, I believe safety is my responsibility. I understand that being in compliance does not necessarily mean I'm out of danger. Number 7, I believe the best way to distinguish myself at work is to show up early, stay late, and cheerfully volunteer for every crappy task there is. That means don't look for shortcuts on the path to success. Number 8, I believe the most annoying sounds in the world are whining and complaining. I'll never make them. If I am unhappy in my work, I'll either find a new job or find a way to be happy. Number 9, I believe my education is my responsibility and absolutely critical to my success. I am resolved to learn as much as I can from whatever source is available to me. I'll never stop learning and understand that library cards are free. Number 11, I understand the world is not fair and I'm okay with that. I do not resent the success of others. So again, I feel like I may be telling you things that are old news on how to be a leader and be successful. I mean, we have someone who was inducted in the National Society of Leadership and Success. She absolutely must know and practice these things, right? So I thought some more about what I could possibly say to the gifted and distinguished young men and women here today. I said to myself, instead of telling them how to be successful, I can tell them how to be happy. I mean, that's something I know about, right? I can give some wisdom. I have a great job, a wonderful wife, 2 great daughters, and that's what I'm going to do. To be happy is to give back and help others. Giving back is among the most important and valuable things an entrepreneur can do, period. I'm not talking about giving back in terms of offering a cheap product or doing something for free in exchange for advertising space. That's not giving back, it's simply business. Giving back is where you give and then nothing happens. No benefits for you, no recognition, nothing tangible gets sent your way. Your biggest and sole reward is the realization that you've made a significant change in someone's life. For me, it started in high school at St. Joe's Prep. We had to volunteer and complete community service somewhere each year for 40 hours. Back then, as a freshman, we were like, 40 hours? Who has 40 hours to volunteer? It was so much time. Now 40 hours is what I work in a week above and beyond the initial 40 that I'm required to work. My wife can attest to that. I chose to volunteer at Immaculate Mary Nursing Home. Now it's called Immaculate Mary Center for Rehabilitation and Healthcare. It was about a 30-minute walk from my house in Northeast Philly. I called there and asked if they needed volunteers, and they said to come in for an interview. Interview? I'm working for free. Who doesn't get hired for a job when there's no salary? I was confused, but I walked there, met with Sister Mary, who ran the place with an iron fist. She asked me a few questions and said, when can you start? I said, next weekend. She showed me the place to punch in and out and said, just come in. So I thought some more about what I could possibly say to the gifted and distinguished young men and women here today. I said to myself, instead of telling them how to be successful, I can tell them how to be happy. I mean, that's something I know about, right? I can give some wisdom. I have a great job, a wonderful wife, 2 great daughters, and that's what I'm going to do. To be happy is to give back and help others. Giving back is among the most important and valuable things an entrepreneur can do, period. I'm not talking back, giving back in terms of offering a cheap product or doing something for free in exchange for advertising space. That's not giving back, it's simply business. Giving back is where you give and then nothing happens. No benefits for you, no recognition, nothing tangible gets sent your way. Your biggest and sole reward is the realization that you've made a significant change in someone's life. For me, it started in high school at St. Joe's Prep. We had to volunteer and complete community service somewhere each year for 40 hours. Back then, as a freshman, we were like, 40 hours? Who has 40 hours to volunteer? It was so much time. Now 40 hours is what I work in a week above and beyond the initial 40 that I'm required to work. My wife can attest to that. I chose to volunteer at Immaculate Mary Nursing Home. Now it's called Immaculate Mary Center for Rehabilitation and Healthcare. It was about a 30-minute walk from my house in Northeast Philly. I called there and asked if they needed volunteers, and they said to come in for an interview. Interview? I'm working for free. Who doesn't get hired for a job with a good salary? I was confused, but I walked there, met with Sister Mary, who ran the place with an iron fist. She asked me a few questions and said, when can you start? I said, next weekend. She showed me the place to punch in and out and said, just come in whenever you want, see the manager, we'll have work for you, and at the end of the year, we'll fax over your time card to your school. If it adds up to 40 hours, you'll fulfill your requirement. Sounds good. On my walk home, I had to contemplate. I was thinking, how can I get the 40 hours done as quick as possible? Would it be better to work 4 hours 10 times, that would be once a month? Maybe 8 hours, five times every other month? And I started thinking, maybe I can count the 30-minute interview, and I only need 39 and a half more hours, right? So my first day there, I went in, the manager put me on the second floor with the nurses and said they'll give you assignments. I was given some work, move these carts from room 201 to room 220, take the wheelchair in room 212, pack it in the closet. While doing these tasks, of course, the rooms were occupied, and the residents in the rooms would start talking to me, asking where I went to school, what were my hobbies, and then naturally I would ask them what they used to do for a living, and so on. After a few days there, I started to know the occupants, which one liked the Eagles, which ones didn't, which ones liked to listen to my stories, and which ones liked me to have them listen to their stories. A simple packing away of a wheelchair that should normally take 4 minutes ends up taking 44 minutes. By then, I was walking home saying, this is going to be easy. This is going to be easy. I wonder if I can get through all 40 hours just listening to stories and telling stories and talking about the Eagles games. There were some days I found I had nothing to do. I would stroll down there, work a few hours, and leave. A few times I would say, oh no, I forgot to clock in and out. Oh well, I just not include today in the count. It's a freebie. In all my time there, the nurses never said stop talking, get back to work. They knew this was more valuable to the residents than me moving the carts. They knew some of these residents had no family visiting them. They knew the best thing for them was to have someone sit with them and listen to them for a bit. I thought I was fooling them trying to fulfill my 40 hours without working. They were actually using me and disguising what they wanted me to do as a task or assignment. The more I went, the better I felt. Not because I was reaching the 40-hour goal, but because it was rewarding. It was more than just a way of gaining a sense of altruistic achievement. It was a sense of true meaning and purpose. I figured this was what my community or local neighborhood needed, and I was more than happy to provide it. Who knew? The boy who was wondering how he could convince Sister Mary to count the half hour on the timesheet had over 110 clocked in at the end of the year, with my best estimate of another 20 or so where I never even bothered to clock in. That's what community service can do to you. Throughout our lives, from childhood to adulthood, community is an essential part of everyday existence. Sometimes we don't see or fully understand its impact, and sometimes we may think it is irrelevant. But in our towns and cities and our circles, community is vital in ways we can't imagine, especially our Armenian community. This is your community. This is the community that helped your parents raise you. This is the community that molded you. This is the community that had a breakfast for you when you graduated school. This is why it's so important to return these favors and give back even in small ways to your community. We as Armenians are intertwined in many ways, some you see and others you don't. One graduate today is the son of a friend of mine I attended Armenian Sisters Academy with. We were in the same class, graduating together. Other graduates have an uncle who was also a friend of mine, and we coached our daughter's basketball team together last year. There's also a father and a grandfather of some graduates. that we volunteered together on this very room. We volunteered on the construction committee for this building. The addition for this church was one of the small ways I have given back to our community. It was the year 2009 that I asked if I could help the construction committee in reviewing plans, hiring the general contractor, and anything else I thought I could add value to. I said I'd love to. The committee had already spent years getting approval from church membership. They raised 50% of the cost, and then I came on board to assist in whatever way I could. We got the variance needed, and then got the needed permit to start construction. It was my birthday, October 12, 2009, when we broke ground and started the creation of this structure. I would stop by a few days here and there after work to inspect the job and see if everything was being constructed as designed. There were many people doing the same thing I was and providing their own way of service to the Armenian communities. We had accountants helping with fundraising, lawyers reviewing the contract, shop owners donating whatever product they manufactured or sold that was needed for the new addition. One day I was walking around outside and inspecting the footings with the general contractor. He said to me, "Man, you have a lot of parishioners working on this project, and they put in a lot of time. Do they get paid?" I said, "No, we don't get paid. It's not because we're worthless, it's because we're priceless." He seemed to like that by the look on his face. While construction was going on, I was asked to summarize in the church newsletter what is happening and provide updates to the parishioners. I enjoyed this very much. It was my Immaculate Mary Nursing Home volunteer days again. The only difference was instead of walking home, I'm now driving home from this site, wondering when I can free up more time to inspect again, hoping it doesn't rain tomorrow so I can inspect the work that was completed for that day. This is one of the newsletters from the construction that has a construction update in it. I saved every one from November 2009 to December 2010. I brought them all here because I know someone's going to say you didn't have all of them, but they're all here. I didn't save these just because I had extra room. We just finished a $48 million headquarters that I had worked on the newsletter for that. Can't find that anywhere on my desk in my drawers. I have to go to the upstairs to the communications department if I want to see that newsletter, and that was only 4 months ago. So this is how you become happy and successful, right? Years later, I had a coworker text me a picture of a plaque label with the name Hago Kashishian on it, and the text said, "Is this you on this plaque?" I saw the name. I wasn't sure where he was, but I thought, how many Hago Kashishians could there be? It has to be me. I texted back, "Where are you?" He said, "A church on Ridge Avenue at a wedding reception." I had no idea there was a plaque made with the name of the entire committee, the name of the entire committee on there. I must have walked by it many times before my coworker texted me. It's hanging outside right here, and now I feel immense pride and pleasure when I see it because that symbolizes my giving back to the church. Again, from reading the programs and trying to predict what lies in the future for the graduates, I know they'll be successful CEOs, accountants, computer designers, psychologists, engineers, doctors, lawyers, and managers in this room. I want to reiterate to you the most selfish thing you can do is help someone. Why is it selfish? Because of the gratification, the goodness that comes to you. It's not how much you have, it's what you do with what you have. We all have something to give. Some have money, some make people laugh, some have love, patience, the ability to touch people. Use it, share it, that's what counts. That's what makes you happy. Not what you're driving, not what the face of your watch reads, not what the 2 initials are that are plastered on your handbag. Construction and telling stories is what I have a passion for. That is the thing God blessed me with, and the reason He blessed me with those things is not just so I can make a living, but so I can give it back. The true desire in the heart, the itch you have in whatever it is you do, the thing you want to do to make money, make a living, is the same thing that you can give back. And that itch is God's way of telling you to make this talent work for yourself and for your community. It's His way of saying that these talents and anything you want, you can have. So you can claim it. You'll still have to work hard to get it. But when you get it, reach back, pull someone else up. I'm confident that with these talents, you will become successful. I just wish that with these talents, you also forget to punch your card. You also get a plaque that you don't know existed. And you also get your newsletter collection as well, like I did, because that's when you will be truly happy. I just spent 17 minutes telling you something that Winston Churchill wrote so perfectly. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Thank you, everyone. Good luck to all the graduates.
Wow, how about another round of applause for Tom? That was wonderful. All right, we're going to go on to the main portion of our presentation, which is the presentation of our graduates. And we have a token for you guys. We'd like, when I announce your name, if you could come up here, we're going to present you with a gift. Hagop, if I could ask you to come on up too, and you can help present the gift. We're going to take a photo, and we're going to talk about each of our graduates for a minute, okay? We're going to start with our high school graduates. We're going to be presenting, the Board of Trustees are going to present you with a book. It's about an orphan from the Armenian genocide that remained actually in an orphanage in Turkey post the genocide. And what ended up happening, there were multiple attempts at trying to convert them to Muslim and into Turks. And this child was able to survive navigating the systems to keep his true identity of being Armenian. So I'm going to have Hamba present this to the graduates. First up is Armin Dervishian. Come on up, Armin. Parents of Chris and Lilith Dervishian. He went to he's graduating from Marple Newtown High School. He's the member of the National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, Renaissance Club, and the Interact Club. He was a varsity member of the wrestling team all 4 years, 2018 Nottingham Invitational Champion, and two-time Travis Mannion Invitational Champion. He was named First Team All-Central League, First Team PA All-American High School Wrestling Team, and 2019 PIAA District 1 All-Academic Team Honors, and was twice a regional qualifier. His honors and awards included Distinguished Honor Student for 4 years, twice received the Positive on People Award, and was recognized as Student Athlete of the Month. Named Marple Newtown Wrestling MVP, Most Valuable Player, and received the Marple Newtown Wrestling Student Athens Award. He's a recipient of the Media Young Wrestling Scholarship and Marple Newtown Wrestling Scholarship for Outstanding Achievements in Academics and Wrestling. Armin will be attending Ohio State University's Fisher College of Business to study finance and accounting. Okay, Tomas. Is Tomas here? Tomas Carter, yeah. Tomas Carter. Now, I should say also that many of these students that are here, to their parents, have contributed quite a bit to our church. Many of them. Martin and Heidish in particular are stalwarts here at our church, and Martin every Sunday up there is a partner of their hides up on the altar. So his parents are Vartan and Heidish Karakalian. Tomas is a Westchester East High School graduate. His activities include Now, I should say also that many of these students that are here, to their parents, have contributed quite a bit to our church. Many of them. Martin and Heidish in particular are stalwarts here at our church, and Martin every Sunday up there is a partner of their hides up on the altar. So his parents are Vartan and Heidish Karakalian. Tomas is a Westchester East High School graduate. His activities include DECA Business Leadership Program, boys basketball freshman and sophomore year. He also participated in the CYO basketball program. He's part of the National Honor Society. This is a nice theme that we have today. The National Business Honor Society, And Tomas will be attending Penn State University, majoring in business. Let's give him a round of applause. Okay, Zavin Kazanjian. Congratulations, Zavin. He is the parents of Hago Kazanjian and Janet Zhu. He went to Lenape High School and is the graduate. His activities include cross-country, indoor track, outdoor track, captain of the cross-country track, and Lenape Leadership Program. He was on the honor roll from 2016 to 2019. He was on the varsity team for cross-country track from 2015 to 2019. Zavin will be attending Rochester Institute of Technology, majoring in game design and development. Congratulations, Zavin. Jacob Silverian. Jacob Silverian is a graduate of Morristown High School in New Jersey. His parents are Gregory and Deborah Silverian. Activities include he's a three-sport athlete, playing 4 years of varsity hockey, played varsity football, golf, lacrosse, and volleyball. He was the Powerpuff flag football coach for 4 years. He participated in the Appalachia Service Project where he helped rebuild homes for those in need. He's an AYF member and attended Camp Hyaston. And honors and awards include the Hockey Defenseman of the Year Award. He was on the 2019 South Jersey Hockey Championship team, and he received the Golf's Most Improved Award. Jake will be attending Westchester University in the fall. Congratulations. Okay, Armin Shirozian. Armin's parents are Minas and Rosette Shirozian. He attended Methacton High School and participated in the robotics club. Also the Model UN, and he worked at Acme. His honors and awards include the Methacton M Award, and Armin will be attending Drexel University, majoring in engineering next year. Congratulations. We have three, let me make sure, we have two high school graduates that aren't with us today, but I think her father's here today, so we're going to talk about Alyssa Silverian, parents of Mark and Laura Silverian. She's a graduate. She's a graduate of North Penn High School. Her activities include she is a participant of the rugby team, the French club, the German club, bowling, and music. Honors and awards include the Rugby Rising Star Award, Rookie of the Year Award, and the Select All-State Rugby Team. She also received the Bowling Best Sportsmanship Award. Alyssa will be attending the University of Massachusetts, Amherst, majoring in psychology. Congratulations to Dr. Fox.
Great job.
And one other graduate who's not here today is Sydney Tufangshin, the daughter of both doctors Didon and Lisa Tufangshin. She's a graduate of Bishop Eustace Prep High School. She participated in both freshman and sophomore year of softball, tennis, and spring track her junior and senior year. She had the leadership of Friends of Rachel Club and volunteered at the American Red Cross. Her honors and awards included member of National Honor Society, English Honor Society, History Honor Society, and Religious Honor Society. She'll be attending the University of Sciences, majoring in biology. We're going to move on to our college graduates. Okay, we're going to start with Samuel Peter Karabashian. The book that you're going to receive today is a little bit different. It's actually similar. It's a similar theme between the two books today. This book is about the survivor, orphans that survived, or actually a group of different children that survived the Armenian genocide in Turkey. So this is a compilation of a bunch of different stories that actually are very similar in theme. Many of them were converted at the time to Muslim and to become Turkish, so their identities were taken from them at the time. This book goes through several different stories of them realizing their true identity and coming to form of being Armenians later in life. So it's an interesting book that's kind of twisted together with the theme of the other book that we have. So we have Samuel Peter Karabashian, parents of Peter and Carol Karabashian. He's a graduate of Biola University with a degree in Bachelor of Science in Business and Analytics. He served as a consulting project manager of First Place winning team in the 2019 Biola Business Startup Competition. He participated all 4 years on Men of Honors team in Mock Rock, a storytelling, lip syncing, and dance competition which won first place in April of 2019. He's the founding member and leader of Biola's University Middle Eastern Club, organizing several campus activities and events. His honors and awards include graduating magna cum laude, which in itself is a big accomplishment. And he is a perpetual member of the Torrey Honors Institute. He'll be participating in the 2019 Summer Armenian Assembly of America Internship Program in Washington, D.C. this summer. Congratulations. Okay, Sarah Tangent. Daughter of Alice and my man Frank Tangent. Graduate of Millersville University of Pennsylvania. She graduated with a BA in Language and Cultural Studies, a concentration in Language Studies of Spanish, and a minor in French. Her activities include she was an active member of the Spanish Club and French Club, director position on the University Activities Board for 2 years, induction into the National Society of Leadership and Success as a college freshman, and a member of the American Sign Language Club. She's currently interviewing for several positions with various companies throughout Pennsylvania, and I hope one of those happens very close to home here. I'm speaking for your mom and dad when I say that. Congratulations. All right, we have Mark Alexander Silverian. Also known as Max. Parents of Teresa and Jeffrey Silverian. He's a graduate from Penn State University with a Bachelor's of Science in Supply Chain Management and Information Systems. His activities include Division III club ice hockey, participating in 2 national championships tournaments and winning 2 league championships. Team representative athletic director, received Most Improved Player Award, Academic All-Conference and NCHA First Team All-American. Armenian Club, participated in Armenian Club, and the Intramural Ice Hockey League Championship. Honors and awards include the Penn State Provost Scholarship, Penn State Chancellor Scholarship, Dean's List, Encore Award and Yellow Belt from Johnson & Johnson in Lean Supply Chain Management. He accepted the position to begin permanent employment July 8 at Alstom, a French multinational company in rail transportation. And he's going to be joining their leadership development program in supply chain management. Congratulations, Matt. Peter Adam Bojelian, parents of Adam and Linda Bojelian. He graduated from the University of Delaware with a Bachelor's of Science in Computer Science. His activities include, he has several activities related to freshman year honors. Awards include Presidential Scholar for all 4 undergraduate years from 2015 to 2019. He was on the Dean's List multiple semesters, including his senior year, and is currently seeking a career position in software engineering or information technology. Okay, we have 2 advanced degrees. Unfortunately, they couldn't be with us today. We'll make sure they get their books. We have Meline Karine Sukasian, parents of Greg and Karen Sukasian. She graduated with an advanced degree at Westchester University. She has a Master's of Science in Sports and Exercise Physiology. The activities include lifestyle coach for the Diabetes Prevention Program, graduate assistant and laboratory coordinator of the Human Performance Laboratory, intern at Penn Medicine Chester County Hospital, cardiopulmonary rehab, and secretary of Westchester University's Armenian Students Association. She'll be joining Braskem America in Philadelphia this fall. Congratulations. And then we have Sadi Nadrined Streeter, parents of Lena Ohonesyan and Anthony Streeter. She's a graduate of the University of Sciences with a pharma D, with a minor in pharmaceutical business. Her activities include rowing, playing the tableau, traveling the world, and wine critic. Her honors include Dean's List, and she won the first place in senior high school science competition in 1993 in Delaware County. She'll be starting a job at Sacroni Health Incorporated. Congratulations, Masai. So let's have one last. Let's do one thing first. Let's have a last round of applause for our graduates. And let's have the graduates give a round of applause to their parents and family members and others that are here today. And for support all along the way. All right. I'd like to present Hagop Keshishan with the book as well. This is presented to you in warmest appreciation to you, Hagop Keshishan, our graduate speaker from St. Gregory's Illuminated Armenian Apostolic Church here June 2nd, 2019. Very good. Okay, I'm going to call Derhide, if you could come up and do our benediction. We'll end our program for today. Oh, actually, before we do that, Derhide, I got a couple quick announcements. Just real quick. In closing, just a couple quick announcements. We have each graduate, there are centerpieces on each of the tables. So each graduate that's here can take one of the centerpieces with you today. It's a little memento to enjoy this time of year, graduation. Leave it around your house. It'll remind you of this special time for you. It's not very often in life that you become a graduate, so it's a nice time of year. There's also a 50th anniversary yearbook. So last year there was a 50th anniversary of this program. And many of the graduates from the past contributed their bios and a bit of the history of the event. There's a few of those up here, as well as commemorative ornaments. You can see them up here on the table. And if you have any other questions, you can see Sandra Solverin about that. And with that, I'll turn it over to their nurses to give us the benediction.
God in an open, faithful protector of the people, bless abundantly our graduates, members of St. Gregory Church, under the shadow of your holy and venerable cross in peace. Deliver them from enemies visible and invisible, and make them worthy to thankfully glorify you with the Father and Holy Spirit, now and forever and ever. Amen. Thank you all, and congratulations.